This is the first question that we are going to solve. So we'll read it through first. A 1 meter long, 5 centimeter diameter cylinder placed in an atmosphere of 40 degrees Celsius is provided with 12 longitudinal straight fins. The thermal conductivity is given for the fin material, and each fin is of 0.75 millimeters thick. The fins protrude 2.5 centimeter from the cylinder surface. The heat transfer coefficient from the cylinder and fins to the ambient air is given as 23.3 watt per meter square Kelvin. We need to find two things here in this question. The first thing is the rate of heat transfer, that is Q. Surface temperature is given as 150 degrees Celsius, and the second sub question says you need to find the temperature at the center of the fin. So here are the given data. The first thing we'll do is we'll assume the fin to be with insulated tip, because when we assume this fin as insulated tip, the heat loss at the tip will be 0. This is what we consider in many of the cases until and unless the concept or the type of fin, if it is mentioned in the question, we take that accordingly. We have dealt with fin for 3 different cases: insulated tip, tip not insulated, and infinitely long fin. So since in this problem, if you read the question, nothing is mentioned about which type of fin we are supposed to take. Though the length of the fin is given, we are supposed to take short fin only. We can't go for infinitely long fin because the length of fin is given as 2.5 centimeter. So we assume in general always fin with insulated tip. So let us take the formula related to fin with insulated tip. What we are supposed to find here is the rate of heat flow. So the rate of heat flow for a fin with insulated tip is given by this equation. You will find this equation in Data Handbook CP Kothandaraman in page number 50. The value of H and K are already given in the question. We'll first find out the perimeter and area of the given fin. So according to the statement of the question, we'll just first draw a rough sketch of how the fin is going to appear, and then we'll start to find out the perimeter and area. So here we have a rough diagram for the given problem. The question says that there is a cylinder which is having number of fins attached to it. The number of fins given here is 12 number of fins, and it says that the fins are attached circumferentially along the cylinder. It's also given that the diameter of the cylinder is 5 centimeters. So the given data are already projected here for the sketch. We have the width of the fin as 1 meter, the length of the fin is given as 2.5 centimeter, and this thickness of the fin is given as 0.75 millimeters. The perimeter of the fin has to be measured on the area of what I am hatching here. So this perimeter will be 2 times the width and 2 times the thickness. Substituting values of W and T will get the perimeter approximately 2 meters itself. We are supposed to calculate the cross-sectional area in perpendicular to the direction of heat flow. Heat is flowing in the fin in this direction. So the area that is perpendicular to this direction will be the same area that I have hatched here. Calculate the area simply by multiplying width into thickness. We are also in need of the value of M. Find out the value of M as well before we substitute it in this heat flow equation. We'll get the value of M as 28.4 per meter. Now we can substitute all these values into the heat flow equation. So we'll have Q. Hence we'll get the value of Q as 110 watts. This is the amount of heat transferred by one fin, because the formula what we have was derived for only one fin, but the total number of fins that we have here is 12 fins. So if one fin is able to transfer 110 watts, then 12 fins should be able to transfer 12 into 110 watts. That we'll calculate now. Therefore we'll write it as Q fin by 12 fins will be given by Now we have calculated the amount of heat transferred by all the fins. Now all of you observe this drawing. It's not only the fin that is transferring the heat. If you just carefully observe, the distance between the two fins is exposing some amount of area of the cylinder. So even this will be transmitting heat to the surroundings. Not just the fin that is transmitting heat to the surrounding. This is going to be Q fin. So this is going to be Q cylinder, using which we will be able to add both of them, which will give us the total heat transferred when the fins are attached to the cylinder by HA delta T. So the area that we are supposed to calculate here is going to be the area that is available from the cylinder minus the area occupied by fins, not just one fins, area occupied by 12 fins. That will give you the area that is exposed to the cylinder. As you saw here, this is going to be, if you calculate pi dl, you will get the total surface area of the cylinder minus the area occupied by not one fin, we have 12 fins of that kind, minus the area occupied by 12 fins will give you the remaining area of the cylinder that is exposed to the surrounding. The value of delta T remains Tb minus T infinite. Area of cylinder is given by pi d into L. The diameter is given as 5 centimeter. So in meter it will be 5 into 10 power minus 2, 1 meter. We have already calculated the cross sectional area of the fin, that is 0.0075. This is the area of a single fin, but we need to calculate it for 12 fins. So just multiply this by 12. So when you calculate it, you are going to get Q cylinder as 375 watts. Therefore, the total amount of heat transferred when fins are attached are going to be the heat transferred by the fin, not one fin, 12 fins, plus the heat transferred by the cylindrical area. That's going to be . Now with this data, let us also calculate the amount of heat transfer that is increased because of the presence of fin. Now all of you can see the heat that is transferred if there is no fin. If there is no fin means the cylinder would be a bare cylinder, right, which is having a length of 1 meter and having a diameter of 5 centimeter, right. So if you calculate the area of this one, and if this surface is exposed to the surrounding with H and T infinite, we are going to get the value of Q bare cylinder, which you can also call it as Q without fin. So if you want to calculate the value of Q without fin, it's going to be again heat transfer due to convection. You need to substitute surface area. The surface area of the cylinder will be given by pi d into L. Therefore, the percentage increase in heat transfer because of the presence of fin can be calculated as the amount of heat transferred when the fins are present, that is Q total, minus the amount of heat transferred when there was no fin, divided by the amount of heat transferred without the fin, which will give us what is the percentage of increase in heat transfer. So due to the presence of fins, there is an increase in heat transfer by 325.8%. Now the second sub question says you need to find out the temperature at the center of the fin, right? We know the length of the fin. So length of fin is given as 2.5 centimeter. So half of this will be center, means the value of x means at center, that's going to be 2.5 by 2, going to be 1.25 centimeter. Now to find the temperature at the center of the fin, we have the formula T at x equal to L minus T infinite. Remember we have three cases, and here we have assumed the fin to be end insulated. So we'll take the formula of temperature distribution for end insulated. T This is the one which I am supposed to find out, that is temperature at x equal to 1.25 centimeter minus into 10 power minus 2, because we have all the values in centimeters, the lengths are in centimeters, so multiplied by 10. Calculated for this unknown, we'll get the temperature at x equal to 1.25 centimeter, that is center 126.9 degree Celsius. Let us see another problem. So in this problem we are going to have the fins attached to a vertical wall. With these given data, let us see how to proceed with the problem. So in the second problem, we have these data listed from the questions. The length of the fin is given, diameter of the fin, it's a circular fin in this case, and the thermal conductivity, heat transfer coefficient, base temperature, surrounding temperature, and the total number of fins are given in the question. We'll just represent this problem, what is illustrated in the question, in the form of a simple sketch. So we have a wall, and in this wall, our interest is to reduce the thermal resistance. So if the thermal resistance is reduced, obviously the heat transfer rate will be increased, and we all know the purpose of fin is also to increase the rate of heat transfer. So the vertical wall has a dimension given in the problem as 500 millimeters by 500 millimeters, and it says the fin is of circular shape and there are totally 100 number of fins arranged in the vertical wall. Since the fin is of circular shape, we can represent the fin in the form of small circles just for our understanding. Before we proceed, we must make the assumption out of the three cases, which cases are we going to consider. Definitely we will not be able to assume the fin as infinitely long fin, because the length of the fin is mentioned as 100 millimeters, which is not too long or which is not infinitely long. So the remaining two cases are short fin with end insulated and short fin with end not insulated. Unless and until it is mentioned in the question, you are free to choose whichever case you want. So infinitely long fin is not practical. The fin is short fin, so you can either go for end insulated or you can also go for end not insulated. As I told you in the previous problem, majority of the times we will be assuming the fin to be short fin end insulated. Now remember, this is not mandatory that you have to select short fin end insulated. Even if you select short fin with end not insulated, you will be having the answer very close by for the answer what we are going to get with respect to this one. Practically speaking, this is just a assumption as we discussed in the introduction of fins and the three cases what we discussed. This is just a assumption for our simplicity. Since this is a much more simpler way of solving the problem, we are assuming the fin to be short fin and end insulated. Whatever you do while solving the problem, make sure you mention what you are assuming so that we can take the formula related to that assumption. So here, according to short fin end insulated from the data handbook page number 50, we have the heat transferred by the fin given as the value of h and k are given in the question as we see here. So we need to find out the value of perimeter as well as the area. Since it is a circular cross section, the perimeter of this cross sectional circular cross section will be given by pi into d. We can calculate the cross sectional area as well. Since it is a circular object, the cross sectional area will be given by pi d square divided by 4. Once again, the diameter here is calculate the area, and you are supposed to get 7.85 into 10 power minus 5 meter square. Now HPK, all values are known, you can substitute it over here, and before that we also need the value of M. So it is good if you calculate the value of M before we substitute it in the heat transfer formula. So M will be given by square root of HP by K. you will get the value of m as 4.47. Keep this as equation 1. Now from equation 1 you can find out the heat transferred from the fin. The value of L will be 0.1 meter. Therefore you can find out the value of heat transferred by the fin. Or heat transferred by a single fin is 8.59, but we have the number of fins as 100 fins. Therefore we need to find the value of Q for 100 fins as well, which we'll get directly by multiplying 8.59, that is by single fin, multiplied by 100, which will give you the heat transferred by 100 fins. So this is a heat transferred by the area of the fin, what you see here. So what we have calculated here is the heat transferred by these fin cross sections. At the same time, if you carefully observe here, we also have the area that is not belonging to the fin. It is similar to what we saw in the previous problem. So we need to calculate what is the heat that is transferred by this vertical wall surface which is exposed to the surrounding, right? So to calculate that, first and foremost we'll do is this wall and the fin is actually exposed to heat transfer coefficient of H and T infinity, which we have it here, H and T. Write it as the heat transferred by the wall, which is by convection process. So you can write it as HA delta T. You must take the area of wall that is exposed to the surrounding. We'll get the heat transferred by the wall that is exposed to the surrounding when the arrangement is as vertical wall, which has 100 number of fins. We can find out the Q total. So we'll get the total heat transferred as 1476.47 watts. Now we know the formula of resistance and heat transfer related. Resistance with fins, with 100 fins, attachment of 100 fins. So let us substitute the values, and we will get the resistance offered by 100 fins as 0.1151 degrees Celsius per watt. Now we have to find out the resistance without the fins also. To find out the resistance without fins, we need to find out the heat transferred by the wall without the fins, right? So what is the condition if the heat is transferred without the fins? The diagram would change like this. We have the vertical wall of 500 mm by 500 mm. There are no fins attached here. This wall is exposed to a surrounding of H and T infinite as given in the question. So the heat will be transferred from the wall to the surrounding by Q without fins. We'll name or differentiate this as Q without fins. Therefore, the heat transferred without fins will be due to convection, which will be given by H, area, surface area, into delta T. So H value is known, surface area is going to be 500 mm, means it's going to be 0.5 meter, multiplied by the temperature difference. You will get the heat transferred without fins as So once we have found out the rate of heat transferred without fins, we can also find out the resistance with the same formula what we saw in the previous case. So heat transferred without fins, we'll name this resistance without fins. So now we have calculated two resistances. We can calculate the decrease in resistance by simply subtracting it. The resistance without fins was more, because of which the heat transfer would be less, minus the resistance was decreased when we attach the fins. And when we take the difference between these two resistances, we'll have the decrease in the resistance as 0.01515 degrees Celsius per watt. So when the resistance is dropped, there is going to be a great increase in the rate of heat flow, that is increase in Q. And when we take the difference of Q with fin and without fin, we'll have the increase in heat transfer as 838.97 watts. Let's look into one more problem. Here we have the fin as a circumferential fin. This is a different type of fin and you are not able to use the formulas that were derived for previous cases. Let us see how we are going to approach for this problem. These are the data as known from the question in the beginning. We have a pipe of 50 mm diameter and the length of fin is given as 20 millimeters. See that this type of fin, what is given here, is called as circumferential fin. We'll understand what is circumferential fin with the help of a sketch shortly. The thermal conductivity of the fin material is given and also the thickness of the fin is given. At the same time, you also find the heat transfer coefficient to which this fin is exposed to, which is given as 50 watt per meter square Kelvin. So we have these data. With respect to this, we need to find out the heat flow and the fin effectiveness. So that one more thing is given, the pitch of the fin is given at 4 millimeters. So let me draw a sketch and make you all more clear about what is the meaning of circumferential fin and how these data will be related to that particular circumferential fin. Now this is a simple sketch of a circumferential fin. What is given here is that the diameter of the rod is given as 50 millimeters. So this is nothing but D1. And then you have length of the fin. Length of the fin will be from the base of the surface to the tip of the fin. This is given as L, that is length of the fin. Now this has a K value of 210 watt per meter Kelvin, and then we have thickness of the fin, that is thickness is given as 1 millimeters. At the same time, this fin is exposed to a surrounding with heat transfer coefficient of 50 watt per meter square Kelvin. Now since the surrounding temperature is not given, the surrounding temperature will be given by T infinite. Since it is not given, let us assume the normal surrounding temperature what we usually take, we'll take it as 25 degrees Celsius. Remember, if the surrounding temperature is not given, remember to assume it. It also says the pitch of the fin is given as 4 mm, which means that from the top of the fin to the top of the fin, next fin, the pitch is given as 4 millimeter. This problem cannot be solved directly like how we did in previous problem, because here the fin that we have here is circumferential fin. Because all the formulas that was derived and which was used in previous two problems applies for the rectangular fin. But here we have the circumferential rectangular fin. The fin is actually surrounding a cylindrical surface. In order to solve this problem, you just need to refer page number 51 in your data handbook. So in page number 51, you are going to see this. So according to this one, you are going to have the cross section of the fin given. Refer the diagram what you found there and find out these parameters which are going to be used to find out the fin efficiency, effectiveness, and also we can find out the heat flow for the given problem, right? So for the circumferential fin, this is the reference diagram what you find in that page number 51. So let us see what is the meaning of R1. R1 is directly the radius of the cylinder. So the radius of cylinder is already written here, which we have calculated. And then when you go to L, L is going to be the length of the fin. So L is also already found out, given in the problem. Now to find out R2, R2 is the radius of the fin from the center of the body to the tip of the fin. So that is going to be found as R1 plus L. and we know the thickness of the fin, it is 1 millimeter. Now with this known data from the reference diagram, we'll just look into the graph now, because from the graph only we'll be able to get the fin efficiency directly. So once we get the fin efficiency, we can find out the heat flow also. On the top of the page in the same book, right, you find the formula for Q also, which is given by efficiency into surface area into H into TB minus T infinite. So using the graph, we'll find out the efficiency, and then surface area can be calculated. H is given, these two temperatures are given, so that we can find out the heat flow. So from the graph in page number 51, you are going to get these details, right? So the graph is of this type. We have the x-axis and y-axis given. There is a curve which represents R2C by R1. Just refer the graph, and under the graph properly, you will find all the terms which are descriptive, right? So we'll find out all these terms, and using that we'll substitute it in the formula, and the thing that we need to get out of here is the efficiency, right? So we'll find out the value of AM, LC, and substitute it here so that we get the x-axis value. So to find AM, first we need to find out R2C. So I'll just find it out one by one over here. So R2C is given by R1 plus LC. We need to find out LC as well. So we can find out LC by, so when we substitute the values into this, we are going to get the answers for LC and R2C. So using this LC and R2C, we can find out the value of the x-axis as well as the curve. So the x-axis represents, we'll write it separately. AM value was required, okay, we have not found it out. Let me find out the value of AM as well, which is given by T into R2C minus R. So we'll get the AM value, we can substitute this over here. On value for x-axis as 0.316. We'll find out the value for y-axis as well. The y-axis is the efficiency, which we'll need to find it out. We'll find out the curve R2C by R1. Now for these two values of x-axis and curve, you refer the graph. So you have 0 and 0.5 graduation, so that will be in between. You have one more graduation, so this will give you 0.25. So what we want is 0.316. You have to take it appropriately over here. We'll assume this one as 0.316. So hold a scale and take it to the curve of 1.812. We have curve for 1 and 2 only, so take the curve nearer to 2. Okay, so we'll get the point somewhere there, and when you connect it to the y-axis, you're going to get the efficiency as 91%. Refer the graph, use the data handbook, and note down the x-axis, y-axis, and find out the value properly. Therefore, we can find out the Q value, but in Q value there is one more term to be found out, that is surface area. The formula given in the data handbook, you can just have a look at it. Yes, so you can note down the surface area given in the data handbook, R2C square minus r1 square. Therefore, we can find out the value of q So the amount of heat transferred is going to be 43.37 watts. This is the amount of heat transferred by a single fin. So now we have found out the heat transferred by the fin. Now note that heat is also transferred from the bare surface of the cylinder, right? Heat is transferred from the fin that we have found out, heat transferred by a single fin. Now the heat is also transferred from the bare surface of the cylinder. As we saw in the previous cases also, the bare surface of the hot body will also be exposed to the surrounding, which will transfer the heat. So let us find out the heat transferred by the bare surface of the cylinder, which is given by Q. Cylinder, will write it, which will be again pure convection. Two pi r1 into L. Now note that the length of the fin is not known in this question, right? The length is not given, but what is given here is the pitch. So we'll just calculate the area only for one pitch distance, because we do not know the total length of the cylinder. We'll find out the heat transferred only for one pitch distance, that is 4 millimeters, right? So we'll take the length of that pitch only. So if you consider the length of that pitch, that is from this point to this point, we have this surface area exposed to the surrounding, and at the same time we have to subtract what is already present here, that is the thickness of the fin, right? So since this is also circumferential, the formula for this is going to be, on the bare cylinder, the formula for the area covered by this fin is going to be again 2 pi r1 only, but it is going to be for a thickness of, or for a height of t, right? So this is 2 pi r1 into L pitch, that will give you the length of cylinder exposed, minus again the same radius 2 pi r1 into the thickness. This will give you the area of the fin that is occupied in the bare cylinder, right? So you substitute and get the answer. So you will get the value of area as 0.000471 meter square. Then we can find out the heat transferred by the cylinder. .47 watts. This is only for per pitch distance that we have calculated, so make sure you mention it. Therefore, the total heat transferred because of the presence of fin is simply the sum of the heat transferred by one fin plus the heat transferred by the cylinder, which is exposed to the surroundings. So when you add it up, you are going to get the answer as 45.84 watts. This is the total heat transferred because of the presence of fin. Now to find out the effectiveness, that is the second sub question, all that you need is the heat transferred by the fin over the heat transferred without the fin. So we'll consider the same example without the fin, right? Calculate the area and substitute here. So we get the value of heat transferred from the cylinder without the fin is going to be 3.29 watts. Now that we have the heat transferred, total heat transferred by when fin is present, and the total heat transferred when fin is not attached, both is calculated per pitch distance only. Right, the effectiveness is given by Q, heat transferred when fin was present, divided by heat transferred without the fin. You will get the effectiveness as 13.94, which is approximately 14. This is also the effectiveness of fin per pitch distance. So when you get the effectiveness as 14, it just means that just by the attachment of fins, the heat transfer is increased by 14 folds. That is what is the meaning of effectiveness given as 14. This is a different kind of problem that you will see because you need to refer the graph. In the same way, you also have other problems where the fin cross section will be given in a different way, and with respect to the shape of the fin, you will have different graphs found in the data handbook. Here you can see the circumferential fin and a separate graph for the rectangular fin. You also have different shapes of cross sections what you see in the data handbook. With respect to what type of cross section fin is given in the problem, you can refer to that graph from the data handbook and take the formulas related to that particular cross section of the fin. Practice more problems, and for any doubts or clarifications you can drop a comment or contact me through my mail ID.